Hello students, in your last class we have studied switch case statement, which was decision making statement. Now next we are going to study looping statements in JavaScript. Now what do you mean by looping statements? Looping statement means the statements which are executed again and again. Let's take for example your own music playlist. Many a times you keep your music playlist in a loop. So what happens is when you reach the last song in the playlist, it goes back up to the first one, again plays the list, again when the last one comes, it shifts to the first one. So this is how what a loop is. The same statements, the same music is being played again and again. So let's see how this works in JavaScript. So looping statements. Some statements are required to be executed repeatedly. More than once if we want to execute some statements, then looping statements are useful. Looping statements or iteration executes statements or group of statements of code for fixed number of times or till the condition is satisfied. So when writing the loop, we can decide that if we want to execute the statement for some fixed number of times or we wanted to execute till the condition is true. So this is when we write the loop, we can use it accordingly. The condition should be Boolean condition. So whenever we are writing the condition has to be a Boolean condition. Boolean condition means the result of the condition must be either true or false. So whatever is the condition, the result must always be true or false, nothing else. Okay. So some commonly used JavaScript looping statements are for loop and while loop. These are the two loops that we are going to study. Apart from that, we have do while loop also. We will just see the syntax of that loop. So let's see first loop, that is your for loop. For loop. This loop executes as long as the condition is true. Control comes out of the loop when the condition becomes false. So if the condition is true, the statements will be executed. If the condition is false, the statements will not be executed and it will come out of the loop. Okay, so next point. For loop combines initialization, condition and loop iteration in a single statement. Okay, so now very important, for any loop to execute, three things or three statements are mandatory. That is, first is initializing, second is condition, the third one is loop iteration. For loop has a very important feature wherein it allows initializing, condition and loop iteration to be present at a single place. At one single statement, you can see all three of the mandatory requirements are present in for loop. Okay, this is not the case in while. Okay, so what do we basically now mean by loop iteration also? Loop iteration is going to define the increment or decrement. It will tell you that how the next iteration is going to proceed. Okay, so now next we have to see syntax. Syntax of for loop. For, round bracket starts, initializing, a semicolon, condition, a semicolon, iteration and round brackets close. So over here, initializing, condition and iteration are present in a single statement inside your round brackets. After initializing, we have a semicolon. After condition, we have a semicolon. Please make note of this, that it is a semicolon. A very common mistake is over here, many a times, many people put a comma. we have to use a semicolon after initializing and a semicolon after the condition. And also note that this F is small. JavaScript is case sensitive language and most of the keywords are written in lowercase letters. So please make sure that you write small f and put semicolons where they are required. And after that we have opening curly brackets and closing curly brackets. In between the curly brackets you write the statements. Whichever statements are written in between will be executed again and again. So next point. Initializing is assigning initial value to the variable. Initializing executes only once. Okay, so now in JavaScript or in any programming, initializing is going to happen only once. When you are writing loops, initializing statements is executed only and only once. You cannot initialize variables more than once. When the loop starts, initializing happens at that time. Then after initializing, the condition is checked. Loop executes the statement block till the condition is true. When condition becomes false, control is transferred out of the loop. So it will execute till the time the condition is true, and if it is false, it comes out of the loop. Iteration means increment or decrement value of the variable. So initially, iteration is going to specify how you are going to move to the next value. Okay, so let's see how it executes. When for starts, first step, initializing. Then it will check the condition. The condition is true, it will execute the statements block. After statement blocks, it will go to iteration statement. And the iteration statement will increase or decrease the value. After iteration, it will again go to the condition. Again check the condition. Now if the condition is true, same thing, statement blocks will be executed. After statement block, iteration. Again condition is true, statement block, iteration. So this is how it is going to work. Condition, statement, iteration. Condition, statement, iteration. Condition. Now when the condition becomes false, it will not execute the statement block and it will come out of the at the next statement which is written after that. This is how your loop is going to execute. Let's see one simple example related to this. This is for loop. Over here, this is going to print numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. So doc type HTML head, title, close head section, close body section, h1 numbers from 1 to 10. Script language is equals to JavaScript, var a. This is a variable. We have declared a variable named I. For f is small. Then we have inside the round brackets we have all three statements that are required. First one, I equal to 1 and a semicolon. This is our initializing. Next, I is less than equal to 10. This is our condition. The third one, I is equal to plus plus. I plus plus is our iteration, loop iteration, which is an increment statement. Then we have, this is the statement blocks. Opening curly brackets, closing curly brackets. Document.write is present for the statements. So let's see the execution of this. So here it is printing numbers from 1 to 10. And how this basically executes. Let's simulate this in an Excel sheet. Over here, this is I, this is the condition, this is result of the condition, and after iteration, what is going to happen? First value of I is 1. Then condition, I, that is 1, less than equal to 10. So here the condition is true. When the condition is true, what will happen? It will execute the statement. it will execute the statement and number 1 will be printed on the page because we have document.write. After this is a blank space which is printed over here. Here, this is the blank space. So that numbers are displayed distinctly. Okay. Then after this, it will go to your increase decrease. That is your loop iteration. I plus plus. So value of I is 1. 1 plus plus is equal to 2. Now, new value of I will be 2. It will not go back to initializing. It will come to condition. So here what do we have? 2 less than equal to 10. Again the condition is true. When the condition is true, document.write is going to print 2. Then again it will go to increase decrease. Increase over here 2 plus plus is equals to 3. So new value of I will be 3. So here you have 3 is less than equal to 10. Again true. After that it will print the value which is 3. After printing increment statement. 3 plus plus equal to 4. It will execute like this for 10 till 10. Okay, 8, 9, 10. Coming to our value 10. Now for 10. 10 less than equal to 10. So the condition is still true. True. And it will print the number as 10. Okay, document.write 10. So it is printing 10. After that, 10 plus plus is equal to 11. Now the value becomes 11. When value becomes 11, 11 less than equal to 10. Condition becomes false. When the condition becomes false over here, it will come out of the loop. It will not print any number. So this is how your loops are going to execute and you will get numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. So we'll take one more example. I'll just make some changes. We'll print odd numbers. So for odd numbers, we have to start from 1. We'll print numbers till 10. So this is going to be till 10. I equal to I plus 2. Now odd numbers, value increases by 2. That is why the loop iteration is going to be I equal to I plus 2. Document.write will not change because we just have to print numbers, save and execute. So this is printing numbers 1 to 10, odd numbers from 1 to 10. Similarly, students, you can try printing even numbers, you can try printing numbers in reverse order, you can try printing any of the mathematical